He was a predator. He was a big-time predator. The path of destruction that Dennis Pegg has created has not been completely unfolded yet. It's still happening, unfolding. There are victims out there of his that have not come forward yet. And it's still happening today. Somebody like him is smart enough to not get caught. It's smart enough to cover his tracks and smart enough to do things a certain way. And that's the scariest part about somebody like that. And he is, I remember right afterwards, there's two things I remember right after the arrest, was a few weeks later, starting to see free Clark bumper stickers. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow, this county's tight. I'm on this right away. But I also started hearing very few people saying, you know, Dennis Pegg's this and Dennis Pegg's that. I'm here to tell you folks, I was involved in this investigation. He was an animal. What we have learned since, he is not a good human being. And what he did was unforgivable. And it's a shame that it takes something like this to uncover all that, but one of the reasons I wanted to get up here and speak is because I don't want any confusion about who he was or what he did. He preyed on children. He hunted them. He was a hunter. If you look where his house is, it sits up on the hill overlooking the schoolyard. All right? He is what he is. And fast forward, and I'll end with this, our friendship. I was fishing. I was on Sportswood Lake. I was with a buddy of mine who was also a lieutenant of state police, retired. I said, hey, you want to go get something to drink and get a beer? We pull into the boathouse. I dock the boat, walk inside. Sit at the bar. Shannon's here somewhere. All right, Shannon. And we're sitting at the bar. You remember this day?
Yes, I do.
All of a sudden, this guy walks behind me. I turn and I look and I go, wow, he looks familiar. Now you got to understand something. Clark looks a hell of a lot better right now than he did that day last year. So there was a moment where I'm thinking, who is that? So I said, Shannon, who is that? And she looks at me. Now Shannon knows what I did for her. She says, that's, and she almost didn't say his name. That's Clark Fredericks. I said, really? I said, and he walked into the kitchen. I said, could you do me a favor, go in the kitchen and tell him somebody from the state police is outside on the spot? She goes like this. Why do you want to do that? I said, no, it's not like that. I said, I was there with this whole thing. I just would like to say hello. So he came walking out, and we both kind of smiled at each other. And I said, man, how you doing? Big hug. And we sat and we chatted. The other reason I'm here today is this, story of hope. Good people do bad things, folks. I've seen it my whole adult life and my career. Every once in a while, there's a lot of bad people out there, but there's good people do bad things once in a while. And it's not the bad things that people do that you judge them by. It's how they bounce back. It's how they rebound from hitting that wall. And I knew in the first 10 minutes I was talking to him after I saw him in the restaurant that day that he was bouncing back. And as time went by up until today, I mean, we talked quite a bit, and we have breakfast once in a while. And I believe in what he's doing. I believe wholeheartedly in what he's doing right now. He's on the right path. He's a very smart guy. And he's turned a corner, and what he's doing right now is he's helping people. And there's no greater thing in the world that you can do. He's going to talk to you about this, but you know, there's a lot of people out there that have endured really brutal things in their life. And a lot of times they don't want to speak to anybody but somebody else that shares their pain. And that's something that he's jumped in with both feet, and he is actually helping people. And you know, like I said, it's not when somebody hits a wall, it's how they bounce back. And it's for everything that he's doing up to since he got out up to today and beyond. I'll stand right beside him. I'm the guy that locked him up, but I'll stand right beside him and I'll get his back, you know. I think what he's doing is fantastic, and it's one of the reasons I'm very practical and a friend of mine, you know. So without further ado, my friend, Clark Fredericks.